Hey everybody. So I kind of think that I forgot to mention about sick building syndrome. So I wanted to talk about it for just a minute. So what is it? Basically, when people are in a certain building, an office building, a school, for example, um, even sometimes in public spaces, like a public building, they'll walk in and they'll start feeling sick or dizzy or like their allergies will work up or something. They'll start sneezing. So it's like any number of maybe respiratory symptoms, and we can also include things like headaches, but we'll kind of consider it respiratory symptoms that start to flare up when people enter these spaces. Um, well, why is that happening? What's causing it? Well, usually the places have poor ventilation, or when they were built, they're outdated, and so the ventilation system is now not working as it should. Or, for example, I worked in a lab and they added walls and stuff randomly throughout this building that changed how the ventilation system worked. So my tiny little food lab had vents in it, and the room would be, I don't know, I would tell you it would be about 10 degrees colder than the room right next to it, because it was designed to heat and cool a large space, not this small space that I was in. So that's just an example of heating and cooling. But basically, it's they changed the inside of it, or they changed the purpose of the building, and so maybe they had to remodel some of it, and now the ventilation, it doesn't work properly, or it's just very old, or there's, as you can see on here, lots of dust. People smoke in there. It's not really allowed to be smoking indoors, but oh, here's another story. I have lots of stories. There was this restaurant right near where I was living in Buffalo before I moved here. And it was a place, usually older people would go in there, but it had been around for a long time. I didn't really frequent it, but I think in the evenings it would become like a bar. Um, and I went in there during the day one time to get lunch, and you could literally see like a haze in the air. Like, and this was much after the smoking ban, so people presumably weren't smoking in there. They might have been. Not when I was there. It didn't smell like smoke, but you could literally see a haze in the air of this building. So it could have been dust. It could have been smoke. It could have been no ventilation. I have no idea what I was breathing in there. Probably smoke from ages past. Occasionally this could have to do with like poor lighting or lighting fixtures, like when you have these fluorescent lights that don't work, or that are constantly like blinking on and off, can actually bother someone's eyes or head. Or if you have old computer monitors, or you don't have, like, if you have to stare at a computer and be on Google Meets all day, and you don't have something like blue light glasses. There could be high levels of mold in the building, or fungi. How do those get there? If moisture comes in through through like a leak in the roof, or a leak somehow, then mold can happen. Mold spores are there right now, but just in the air around us. But they would be more prevalent in a place where there's like mold growing. It could be there are high levels of formaldehyde, or it's an old building that still has asbestos in it. So what happens then is someone will go to the doctor and be like, yeah, I've been sneezing a lot. I feel like maybe it's allergies, but it's just been going on for 2-3 weeks. And they don't realize it's something from their building, and the doctor can't diagnose them with anything. They don't seem to have a cold. They don't seem to have any type of infection, but they have these constant symptoms. And it just comes from the air quality in a building being poor. So that's sick building syndrome. I have here this nice brightly colored, I like it because it's a rainbow, infographic with some different chemicals that are found indoors. Just we've listed a lot over the last couple of weeks. We've listed a lot, but here are some in the kind of irritants that they cause to people. So you can feel free to pause and check this out, or I'll provide this for you guys. So that's what sick building syndrome is. If you have questions, just send me a message. All right, bye.